to listen, alright? Okay, everyone remove the hands from the PC for a bit. Everyone on the spot, right? Okay, just listen. Today, we're speaking as yesterday. Today, we're calm and collected. Today, we're just listening each other, direction, next to each other, and that's it. I mean, nothing special, really. I'm just gonna be focused how is everyone playing. I'm just gonna be focused, is everyone listening to each other? And yeah, that's the main goal. Just listen and direction.
Are we listening to each other?
I'm still listening.
Yeah? Are we listening?
Yeah. I
Often.
think that we should keep doing these check-ins and see the evolution of Nats becoming the best IGL in the planet.
Yeah, I've got a whole notebook. I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. But how could you not be a winning team when your IGL is saying things like this, being so motivational, and Billy also leading from the front on the server too?
Yeah, absolutely. He was very calm, very demure, very mindful in those those timeouts there and stuff. So yeah, no, it's really nice to see. And yeah, again, Nats popping off. It's the IGL that we talk about. He's able to frag out in the server, and he's able to pop off and have those kind of hero moments for his team. So yeah, he was very impressive this map.
And remember how this map started? We were at a 4-1 lead for the side of Apex, and then a timeout comes in. And I think the call was like, guys, we have a very good default. We have very good setups.
Oh no.
No. Not the banana.
Yeah, the context is whenever you eat a banana on camera, you lose. Yeah, anyway, carry on.
Yeah, going back to what we just saw on Abyss, as I was saying, yes, the plan was just play for the setups. We have everything onto site, play for your strengths. We were very calm and collected, as he was saying, when it comes to the attack, and very well orchestrated. Let's do the same on the defense. Do not get me wrong, at some point Apex caught up with that theme, and we saw them just putting a lot of pressure onto mid and just invading the sites differently when they weren't facing the opposition. But in the end, and when we moved on to the second half, I saw exactly the same that I saw the other day with the executions onto it.
Yeah, and how does Liquid and Nat keep getting away with it?
Honestly, I think one of the things I've noticed in this series in comparison to their other days was the 5v4 conversions, right? In the previous series, we've seen them giving away the first pick so many times. They are 70% at being able to convert 5v4s, which is obviously not ideal. So I think going into this one, they kind of stopped giving away that first engagement.
And to me, it's also Paddytech. I think that he's been incredibly consistent, especially when we move on to that second half. I think that he feels so incredibly comfortable with this agent and the mobility that it gives him. Again, the first half to me was about Kiko and Nats and how they were defending the sides. But on the second one, I feel Paddytech, like he can spearhead everything. Like he's even, as I'm saying, very well orchestrated and just like Camo go in, you dash in. But Paddy always follows up with it.
Yeah, we're rolling back the years as well, seeing Prime Paddy out there. Also Floor though, with an ace on this map, it does feel like she's just trying to do everything, you know, getting all the kills, trying to make space, trying to make impact, also being sometimes the last alive as well. I mean, this is the Floor that we've come to know and love.
Yeah, exactly. So many players from Apex go down here, but we knew, we were feeling it. This is the kind of play that she has to win. And getting the last one onto Nats, also her first ace here in VCT EMEA, the first of many.
The first of many, indeed. I fully expect we're going to see more. Oh my god, just look how clean. I love the slow motion, by the way. Shout out, I think this was Angel. Shout out to Angel. Yeah, like, as you said, first of many, definitely from Floor. And also, I've been told that there's a lovely little reaction from her after this ace as well. Let's take a listen.
Nice! Floor, you are so good.
Nice, Floor! Hey, she... Nice! Let's go! Nice. Go, bro.
I want to know what Moxie said.
Oh, me too. It's the most Floor thing ever. Will she be able to keep this up is the question, I think, every time we see her. And the answer is yes, always. But Billy, what about the rest of her teammates? What do they need to do on the next map to make sure we get a map 3?
Honestly, I don't want to be too harsh on Batunax. You know, I think that he was a little shaky in that first map. He's obviously going to take a little bit of time to warm up to the stage. But I mean, if you're going to warm up, now would be the time. Otherwise, you're going to be eliminated. I think in hindsight, though, Pearl is their map pick. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck into that one. I think that Avova had some really great moments. So if you can keep up that sort of consistency, then I'd be very happy with that.
Yeah, I completely agree. Avoa was putting up numbers and strats in both halves. I think he's feeling very comfortable with the Astra. And moving on to Pearl, so we're saying their map pick, I expect to see some corrections of the mistakes that we were seeing against Gentlemates. I think that there's many similarities with what we've seen here. I think the Gentlemates were very good on the retakes and these moments later in the round because they were able to play everything just based off on fundamentals, just like playing the superiorities, trying to take as many 2v1s as possible. And I think the Team Liquid is also being very good at that.
Yeah, and I also want to see Hype become a better anchor in a way. It felt like that Liquid had absolutely zero issues when it came to dealing with him. And I think on Pearl, they played already before. Should be more comfortable here for Hype.
Yeah, you'd like to think so, and I have to completely agree. I mean, they only won, what, 2 defensive rounds when they switched? So, yeah, he's another player that I kind of want to see take to the stage a little bit better.
Well, let's take a look and see what we're going to get at Agent Select. And oh my god! What? Okay, I am so glad I asked Avoba, would you play the Phoenix ever again on this team? He said no, because we have Floor.
Batu, yeah. I told you, the moment that he was saying that, that's for the entire interview, that's what I was thinking. Are we going to get the double duelist? The first Phoenix, if I'm not mistaken, here in EMEA, and it's gonna be Floor!
And it's Floor, that is absolutely madness. Yeah, I am really excited. Have we even seen Fluorescent on Phoenix before?
I think so. I mean, definitely not here, and definitely not for a very, very long time. We'll check that in a second. But of course, that changes a lot the plans, and we can also see some other changes, like mostly going onto the circle.
We have seen Floor and Phoenix before, but this is the first time in EMEA. Mitch and Tom, it's been a long time since you guys had an opportunity to cast Phoenix, so good luck and have fun with this one.
Well, you know what, Tom, I said we needed to see Apex warm up into this series. What better way to do it than with a Phoenix?
Yeah.
Like that one, did you?
Oh, this is my favorite.
Yeah, Tom's not a big fan of Phoenix, just so you know out there.
The thing is, it's like, one thing I always quite enjoyed about EMEA was that, firstly, I didn't have to cast much Phoenix, and normally when I did, the person lost. But I have a feeling that Batu, Fluorescent, Phoenix, Yoru is going to work, and that kind of upsets me a little bit more.
You play against Benny one time, and you're going to think this is the way to run every map. Or maybe you won't.
No, actually, if you play against Benny, you've probably won.
Oh, that was just mean. Benny, if you're watching, that was Tom that said that. Patatek, nice little double to open this up for Team Liquid. They lost the opening duel, but a great conversion to put them ahead. Moving into this A side. Halsey's full blind, but Batu's not. Clearly has his crosshair on his mark, putting it down to Nats and Patatek, and he makes the immediate read. Nats is alive. He's probably behind me, but he doesn't know that the push-up is coming in from Patatek, but the position that Batu has just slipped into, he couldn't have planned that better if he tried. So now he's safe, and Nats thinks he's walking into free space. There's no one around here, right? My buddy just cleared it. Well, it turns out Batu's still sticking around in the spawn. This is going to be a head-scratcher for Team Liquid. Now at least they know where one player is. The problem is they didn't find Hype.
The last nail in the coffin of the pistol round, but more importantly, I said it towards the end of the last map. It seemed like Batu was going for utility kills, like trying to get a few in the maps. I think he decided for map number 2, he's going to go back to the Turkish classic of headshots with Sheriff. And it turns out, unfortunately, that might be slightly better, because it was just, this is the thing, this is someone who has played a duelist before in previous teams, switched more recently to playing initiators, like had a breach in the mix here and there, but you know that he has the capabilities to put this agent into his pool, and it just gives another layer to what Apex can run, because no offense to Odorous, but I don't know if he would have pulled off the Yoru.
Well, this is it as well, though. You look at Batu, he got 7 kills last map. Bottom fragger by quite a bit. Closest person to him was almost double his kills. But now he comes in on a Yoru. This is great. What a reset for him. It's got to be tough being down on that stage, having recently flown here, then having a rough opening game. Now he comes in on an agent where we know that he should be able to thrive a little bit more individually. Starts out the pistol with a 3-piece as well. Confidence going to start to return. For Team Liquid, we've seen them go walkabouts. This is an around-the-world strat. They're going to take their time as a pack, hoping that they can run into one player and overwhelm them with the numbers. The only exception to that is the player that we're seeing on the map. Here, that little tint of red, where Kiko has embedded himself to hopefully pick off someone that's unaware when they rotate. It's a nice round. Plenty of opportunities to convert. They are walking into an A site, though. It has the Phoenix, and in just a few seconds, we'll have 3 players ready. Oh, no. Reloading.
Okay, that's not bad.
Reloaded it for him.
Ammo with 1 and a rifle retrieved. See huge shields and HP disadvantage, but it comes down to cost. You're currently looking at Mosey still with a pistol, so if no more kills go the other way, that's absolutely fine. And even the Spectre is somewhat expendable. Nats, are they going to expect him this time? Maybe not. That could be a sniper. Eyes in the back of his head, though. Batu's going to turn around, and now the danger of this round should be all but diminished. Never mind. Panatek gets another. Again, that's one more gun that will be on the floor. Anything more than this, and it'll be incredibly costly. But instead, with the amount of time, they'll retrieve the rifles and even get the dimensional drift online for the next round.
If Batu did not turn around at the, and I mean exact second that he turned around, milliseconds later, they lose the round. That was impressive timing for someone who...
He's got to be up there with the happiest looking people I've ever seen on the stage. Especially someone who's flown in this morning. And like, I imagine if it's the flight from Turkey, flight was probably a few hours. Get up quite early. Doesn't look it. I think just running off the high of being on that stage. Yeah, a very happy individual enjoying himself. And now we get to see what they can do in this round. Not opted to invest too much more into this one. Fluorescent has been handed the rifle from the previous round, and Batu, as said, ult online.
Yeah, well, he is 6-0. What a start this has been for Batu, and a turnaround. As I said, he had seven kills in the last map.
There you go.
And now he's got 7 kills in the second in just 3 rounds.
He's doing a Miniboo cosplay. Yeah. I think we saw that on the stage the other day. Miniboo going, I already have more kills. It's like, yeah, you got a couple.
That's what you need to see, especially for a young player, getting that little bit of confidence built up, like we said. For Team Liquid, losing a player in this round as well to a pick like that. 4 rifles left on the board. Apex, despite a lot of weaknesses, they've made a good attempt to start this. And with the rifle in Fluorescent's hands, there's no such thing as a free round.
Now in Batu's as well. Batu's just gone and retrieved the other gun using the ultimate. Avova just creating a shroud for him to play around. As I said, I always get nervous when this guy is in smokes defusing, or if he's in his own smokes anywhere. It seems like there's some awareness, though, from the attack.
There definitely is. They're not looking to plant just yet, knowing that there's going to be a resurgence from this side. They want to take the fights with 25 seconds left on the clock. Someone has to make that move. Eventually, the commit comes in. Shock Dart was good for a bit of damage. Plant secured. But look at how many Apex players are low. The rifle on Fluorescent down to 25 HP. Avova and Batu having their own, though. We just need a few shots to land on their side. But with Batu down and time ticking, a hero needs to step up and make themselves known. And Fluorescent seems to be that hero. Ult now online. And the health is going to come back as a result. Flash coming up close to Kiko's, just down on 10 HP. The star is at least used, though. That's going to buy them crucial time in a round like this. Kiko, the last alive, 10 HP, has to go run, has to deny it, and can't even get close. Too many bodies in the way. What an impressive round win from Apex. They started that with practically nothing.
Another great start to this side from Apex. Just what they've been able to do. Again, Batu going strong. You've had the hold, and Fluorescent just being able to retake that much space. It was getting dangerous with how low the clock was. You have that grab well a little bit later. Those 2 picks don't go your way, and we can easily see that round slipping away from them. Instead, though, getting the ult online, clearing some of those back lines, and managing to get them off, as said, to that flying start. And already Liquid are going to take themselves a pause, clearly struggling a bit. And I will say, like, we've seen them already lose this map playing up against Furt. I do feel like this was almost a little bit of a cursed one for the for the side of Liquid, because last time they played against the Mr. Fallen Tail, which was the best Tail I think we've seen in EMEA so far. I don't think it's even particularly close. He was constantly rinsing them with utility. They go, okay, we're coming in. We're still confident in our comp. Don't necessarily need to change too much. We're going to come up against not that comp again. There's no way they're going to run it. Phoenix, you're a completely different style of play. So even if you have thought about, okay, if they play Tail, what will we do? How we adapt it? have you prepared for Phoenix and also new Phoenix? You have to bear in mind that there are some changes, like with how Phoenix heals as well. It's not so much you have to stand in the utility for ages. You can just sort of clip it and you'll start healing. You can also throw the blaze through walls now and actually use it more like a harbor wall.
I mean, the other thing as well, you start looking at this game as it goes on for Team Liquid. You've got this different composition in play. You're going to have to make these adaptations. That's a big push from Batu. They're going to have to make this round work without Kamek. It's going to put a lot of pressure onto a player like Nats, being an IGL, facing all these challenges. When you've got your preparation in front of you and your opponent plays into it, at least then you're being tested in a fairly easy exam. You've got your cheat sheet, and you just got to connect the dots. But when they're pulling out something new, something you haven't faced before, that's a challenge that you are in no way, shape, or form ready for. At least rehearsed it. Let's see if he is ready. Take Team Liquid to the next level. This round
through a tight choke.
Yeah.
Like, it's so difficult to get out of that position without a casualty, and yeah, you can see there's many, many casualties. Oh, we get there in the end. Oh, we're speaking about the fluorescent show in the last map. I'm afraid she is being completely overshadowed. Batu is, I think he's already up to 10. He's 10-1.
double digits.
They should just play double duelist on every map.
Maybe they will. You never know. I mean, like you said, Batu feeling good, feeling confident, and oh, that's.
Did you teach him that one?
Whoever put that in the replay, let me just tell you, your days are numbered. I'm gonna find you.
I'm gonna make sure you get a promotion. It's my favorite replay of the day. Anything that upsets Mitch is amazing to me.
Leave him alone, man. He's trying his best out here.
They're on the round. It was like that the scream molly we saw that distracted people.
Yeah, no, see that nano actually, Tom. That's for an updraft, just in case.
Oh yeah.
It's up on the roof.
Yeah. He's still got the double updrafts that used to be in the game, right?
Yeah,
just in case he has those old updrafts, that means he go really high.
He gets out of the map. Yeah. Nano active, it's going to be cheating.
Basically, if Camo's cheating, that's a really good Molotov.
He's never going to see that one coming. 4-0. Apex in a very strong position at the moment. Team Liquid, though, they get the rifles back out. Patty still has his ult, and there's a couple others coming online. 55 seconds. And they've just been looking on this attack side for somebody to step out of line, for someone on Apex to give them an opportunity. And so far, that hasn't happened. Now we see them group up with Focus, the A site, pushing past Fluorescent, getting past all of this Phoenix utility. There you see that wall used in its new state. And once they do that, they still have quite a bit to deal with on the site, mainly Batu, who with 10 kills and 1 death, has decided to go for the big old gun, the operator. Smokes though. Oh, never mind! What a shot! That was through the smoke, right?
Yeah, I think it must have been. There wasn't much to be seen. I think getting Panatek back is going to be difficult! The no-scope ball bang! This guy's just flexing on them! Absolute obliteration! It's like the last game was just a warm-up on the stage. Batu has made his name known. Can we, you know the chart that they have on the desk? Can we cut out map 1? Like, this is his debut map. We'll just pretend the other didn't happen.
Looks pretty happy down there, Tom, don't you think?
Yeah, it was in zone flawless, by the way.
Here, look, through the smoke. No, that's just disgusting. And then a no-scope wall bang. You put a stop to this guy.
There's a good, and that's good reveal from Malsey as well.
Poor form from Avova. Poor form from Avova taking that ace. The guy's had a rough map 1 on that stage. He gets 4 kills. You let him get the 5th. We'll talk to Avova about this after the game. Still, arguably, it's better to win the round. Yeah, whatever. 5-0.
He also didn't need the orb.
That's true. He didn't.
This guy's second orb, by the way.
Someone just stop this guy.
I think they're going to have to take into consideration the old strat versus CNED of wherever CNED was, you don't go. Wherever Batu is, you don't go. You just don't, you don't walk into Batu. He's playing a close angle. He's finally dead. Finally, he's gone down.
And he's not giving them the op, has he? Because he's going for the outlaw this round instead, so they don't even get the reward. Finally, they've given him a second death, and their option is to take a weapon that, well, Nats would be happy to use, but he's already gone. Bucky up close for Camo. Malsey could be in danger. This could change the course of the game. A pick here, an upgraded rifle, the chance to plant. Malsey wisely backs off.
That's the thing. Why do you peek at this point? Nobody's planting. There hasn't been anything at risk this round. Camo's going to try and take the fight, but already being spotted down to a singular knife, so it has to be complete accuracy from this point onwards. Batman, it will be. Fair play. Hype has just been decimated. Another, I thought it might be a tap of the spike. No, it's actually going to be the full commitment, the plant in for the side of Liquid, but immediately Kiko will be dropped. It's left all on to Camo to try and get something done. But they may have got past Batu. They did not get past Fluorescent.
And the last round for Batu was so surprising. I hadn't even copped the fact that he wasn't playing the AWP again. That they'd swapped over the sniper. The 6-0 start for Apex. I really am just perplexed at the fact that you are going to look me in the eye and tell me that's the same person that I just saw play a few rounds ago. I'm looking at the stage. It looks like the same guy, but something's going on. Put him on Yoru every time. 15-2. But, okay, let's talk realistically. Let's not get carried away with the fairy tale. Apex 6-0, strong start, and a player dominating. We saw that in the last map, Tom. Yeah, not quite the same.
Yeah,
they didn't all have, you know, 7 to 5K.
The thing is, I also feel like Batu's killing everyone before the rest of his team dies, so they also have a lot of credits. Whereas Fluorescent's ace was people being traded out. Speaking of Fluorescent, that's already the opener going Apex's way. Shot dart to follow. Do a little bit of tickle damage. Scary as kind. And well, again, you've lost the opener. Look at the defense right now. There is 4 players in close vicinity on the A side. They've left Hype alone. You can see now that Batu's going, okay, actually, we should probably try and have a little look around. Nats has also decided to bring in the attack side Odin.
Who's surprised these days, I guess?
I guess they want to clear the back corner of the site because they've had so much trouble with being wallbanged by a Yoru. They don't want it to happen again.
But this is a response to that. You have your reveal, and this is a place that Apex, when they're going for retake, they've constantly gone into that position. Team Liquid's idea is to let them have that and wallbang them, and then fight for control over Art. It's a great adaptation, and one that's given them a lot of ground. Still, they lose one to Batu, though, and now the ult comes in from Fluorescent. Space will be taken, but Team Liquid, thanks to their adaptation, thanks to their Art control, they're not there. They've fallen back. They've given space. Shot by Batu. Perfect. Ballsy on for another. That could have been the Hunter's Fury online, but instead it's Kiko in a 1v4 with no chance. The door slammed in his face as a 7-0 lead materializes for Apex. Much to the surprise of everyone here. This was trading back and forth, 6-6 at the half last time. Big plays from everyone, and now it looks like only Apex came to play on Pearl.
I was about to say, he must have got pretty aggressive with that operator.
13-0.
Well,
There was no
he
need.
definitely is one of your players.
Hype, you shouldn't have done
He is
that, bro.
definitely one of your players.
There was no need this early on. He's cursed it, but it's all right. It's all right. He's gonna. That's my boy Hype. 5-3. Great start. We'll see a little bit more, but 7-0 for Apex.
5-3, great start. Yeah.
Great start, Tom. Great start. Better start than the last map.
True.
Better start indeed. But it is across the board for Apex, that's being the case. And Team Liquid going to take a moment to consult the holy scriptures of Jimmy Lin and see if they can figure out a way back into this game, because right now Apex are running away with it economically. Sure, not in terms of the one place they're ahead on Team Liquid is the ult economy, but it's not that big of an advantage, and with no credits, it'll be hard to use that as a platform to bounce off.
Well, yeah, the thing is, you even at this point maybe think of committing a Hunter's Fury just to kill Batu, but he can reposition to the other side of the map in a split second, so it's not even worth it. Like, you see him and you go, I can't even really do anything about it.
Like, it's possible that coming out of this round, it is physically possible that Batu has double the kills that the other team put together. It's an incredible position that he is in right now, and again, I cannot believe this is the same guy we just saw.
He would have to ace.
Possible. You saying it's not possible after what you've just win? He's 17-2, Tom. He might get 5 kills. That's a bit too many. I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah, but also you said it, so there's now a 0% chance
The ace with the AWP and an anti-ego.
Yeah, it also seems very unlikely now. The more you talk about it, the less likely it seems.
There's the first.
There you go, 1-0, and it's gone. That was also the other thing you had to rely on, was other players on the team not killing anyone, which made it a little bit more difficult. The thing is, if no one dies, then it actually still on, but unfortunately, well, he's now going to have to get even more kills because Nat's got one. Fluorescent, though, cleanup. 4 players alive, not that that matters. There's so much in terms of the finances. It is a boom for the side of Apex. And well, unfortunately, it looks like Team Liquid are crashing out of this map altogether. This is truly a problematic one. Kamik's having a nightmare time, but let's be real. You can try and focus on an individual, but they're just getting slammed across the board.
You are so beautiful, guys.
Well, I love, there's something about Mosey's accent and also just slightly the way he looks. That when he says these really sweet things, you kind of just go like, are you being sarcastic? Like, I can't tell. Like, he's told me stories that seem really endearing, and I go, are you messing with me?
Well, I will say it's hard not to love your teammates when you're 8-0 in the lead. Look, teams like BBL, teams like Fnatic as well, they have taught me that a game is never over until you see that 13th round or the OT conclude. For Team Liquid, though, hope is waning. Fluorescent,
Okay, there's some.
finally caught. Still have to get past Batu, who is on the flank and about to walk up behind Kiko. Never mind, Kiko turned and took him down in mid.
Not sure he was walking. I think that's the problem. Even still, though, this has come back into a 3v3 scenario. Panitek up close. Is going to go into the smoke, gets one. Actually, the second player was in the drone, but Hype still standing. Keeps things even, at least for now. Things slow to a halt. Dart tempted to try and reveal and does succeed, but they don't realize there's a second player on the site. It won't matter. First was enough. Liquid on the board.
Yeah, 3K from Kiko, and a round finally found. An 8-4 half. Wouldn't seem like the end of the world, and after an 8-0 start, it would be a godsend. Finding it, though, will be a different story altogether. Apex, their first stumble.
But that's the thing, yeah, they caught both of the most dangerous players, one with a flash out, the other sprinting behind with an ult. It's like, maybe this will be a moment where they either you see a pause just to calm people down a little bit, or just maybe Mosey does it himself. Okay, I don't love you guys anymore. That's the complete flip.
I hate you all now. Well, 8-1. Fluorescent ultimate, likely to be used reactively here. When we see those retakes, Apex will be much more keen to play them, and they've been so successful when they do take a step back off the site. Granted, sometimes that's been on the back of Batu colliding people through a smoke with an operator, but he's going to be ready as well to quickly move to this A site. We're just now seeing the gate crash moving its way across in spawn. It's fresh as well, put down, so there's plenty of time left for him to make that move. And when Team Liquid do, by the looks of things, commit to this A site push, they will be running into heavy numbers. And the reason they haven't gone for it just yet is they're not seeing any presence. There's no mid control. There's no attempt to retake Art. Normally when you give up Art, you're going to try to fight for the door, for mid or flank. None of that's happening right now.
Yeah, I do wonder if they'd almost want to play this one as a retake altogether. You have yourself the run it back, one away from a Hunter's Fury, one away from a Cosmic Divide. A single pick on this retake could get them right back in, and with how well Fluorescent does at reclaiming that space using this ultimate, I think a nasty surprise awaits her though. Camo perfectly positioned, and in fact, coming alive individually. Will meet Floor for the second time, and this time, that's where he lays.
Man advantage. Still a star online for Kiko, flank underway. It looks like this door may be well and truly shut on this round. That's not quite good for the kill, but running the clock down, taking the HP to a lower number, that's all they need to do. Kiko's got them boxed in with no escape. They called for the save, but even that will be an uphill battle as Team Liquid make it to 2 rounds. And Apex, not a single player surviving. They're gonna have to dig deep into those credits that were riding high not long ago.
There will still be cash to play with, and now the ults that were close are going to come back online. I like the position held. As I said, this is a spot on the map that I do feel like the Cubby has been a real problem, especially when it comes to retakes. Is where we've seen smokes placed, and even the flashes of Floor have gone through those to get back in. So just claiming it for Camo, it was a risk, but it was one that wasn't expected by your opponents. A good individual play from him. It's whether they can keep this one going. An 8-4 half looks very different to what we've seen so far in this map. And again, it seems like this A site might be about to come under pressure once more.
They've been avoiding Batu as well. You saw the round 2 rounds ago where he was in this position sprinting on the rotations because of his position on B, so deep with that operator looking to catch them when they go back towards that side of the map. We've usually seen him either go for that flank or take his gate crash, which has just now disappeared over towards the defender spawn. And again, the pressure does come in on the other side of the map, so he will be completely removed from this battle. And when you think about the rounds that they've won, it's been because he is the point of contact.
I'm able to slow them. But Avova was watching Hunter's Fury.
Nice.
Should be able to take down Kamek, and we're actually going to get another tag onto Nats, leaving a big advantage here for the side of Apex.
Good shock as well. Damage across the board, Team Liquid. They're not going to wait for that retake. They need to get ahead of it, find some picks towards Arts where they're looking to hold strong, and Nats has done a remarkable job to start with. Conscious that Fluorescent's going to flash it and peeks right after. Beautiful stuff. Team Liquid maintain control of Art. Keek goes in for another. Batu, no success with the operator this time, and Avova left to pick up the pieces. Smoke fades, and so does Avova. And the lead from Apex thinned down to 5. This is a much more manageable scoreline for Team Liquid. They've really come online right at the final hour.
No, a really impressive hold in the end. Being able to turn what was a massive advantage right back into their favor at the end. And there's still going to be an investment here from that defense, but a little bit more troublesome. That shot is absurd. And even then, you see the Cosmic Divine just slightly peeked ahead of all of those moments, taken advantage for Liquid. Now they look to try and put some presence into that mid control, but that double duelist wants to try and meet them.
Certainly seems so. More proactivity from the side of Apex. That's what they're looking for. Batu's bored of just holding B long for an entire round with nothing to do. Team Liquid, though, have realized there's no presence, and they've walked through the double doors, now looking to seize control in the spawn. They've been spotted. The ultimate used as a result. Batu 49 HP. Before he could enter that other dimension, his health trimmed down quite low. They'll regroup with Fluorescent. It's quick on the trigger for Patatek. Team Liquid have decided to move all the way back to Art from the flank, but Batu's ready. Both angles checked. Where do they go from here? Right into Batu's waiting arms, of course. There's another.
His repositions. It leaves him on an island, but he still manages to thrive. His 20th kill in this half will be the end of it, but now we look to the remaining 4. They're split up. As Kiko is looking to try and give them some space to try and get into the afterplant. Want to try and battle for A main control. It's a position that they don't know is clear. Hoping to try and bait out a fight, but it won't be happening. Instead, Apex are patient as they look to play the retake.
They certainly have the numbers, but Team Liquid having heated up. Kiko and Kamek, they'll try to make this work. The flash is good. The response, though, still there for Liquid. It's winnable! And comes down to a narrow margin, but Malsey just about puts the work in for a 9th round on the side of Apex. It's not a death sentence for Team Liquid, though.
No, an impressive showing from Apex at the early stages, but at least a little bit of a resurgence gives them the opportunity at the curse. That's about all that's on their side for now, though.
An impressive display from both teams. Team Liquid still having a bit of fight in them, but Apex, now that they move on to the attack back rounds, fun seeing them play down on that stage. And I'm sure our audience has enjoyed it too. We actually have some special guests in the audience. I believe Yinsu's found one. Let's see what Yumpy has to say.
There is something about this arena. This is the second time I'm joined by a player watching his former team play on stage. Now, Yumpy, welcome. Are you going to be a bigger buff for Liquid than Durka was for Fnatic, you think?
Yeah, definitely.
You're here to buff Liquid?
Yes, I hope. I don't think they need it, but definitely.
Well, after that first half, I'm just going to jump straight into it and ask you about the Yoru op. It feels like that could be you in a different universe. I know you love opping. I know you love the Yoru. What do you make of Batu's performance so far?
Yeah, I'm really happy for him because the first map he was maybe nervous or I don't know, but now he's getting a lot more confidence, so it's super good for a young player like him, and I'm happy for him. And yeah, maybe we, you know, I can decide now the comps in our team, so maybe I bring the Euro.
Oh, okay, that's convinced you. That's convinced you. But also, they've got a Phoenix on their side as well. I remember you also, back on Liquid, had Scream on the Phoenix. You played on Pearl against PaperX as well. It didn't go super well for you, but why do you think it's going so well for Floor and Apex right now?
I mean, insane players playing the agent, and I think how the map works, there's a lot of corners, so the Phoenix Flash is very strong in this map because how the corners work, so I think that's why.
How do you deal with that as the side switch for Liquid if they want to end this 2-0?
Just need some bigger bollocks and go win the game and show them $8.
All right, no comment from me. Thank you very much, Yumpy, for joining me. Hopefully you are going to be their lucky charm, and let's see if Liquid can bring this back.
Don't worry, I'm doing the mini hand motion right now. If you know, you know.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch that last line. What was it?
It was something about having bigger stones.
Yes,
but in
I believe that's
slightly different.
It was used. Okay, 9-3. Apex looking good, and I'm not quite sure if Team Liquid will be able to put into action Yumpy's advice, but with 3 rounds on the board, as we said, it is far from over. Apex still have a bit of work to do if they want to go all the way to Haven and have a chance to send Team Liquid home.
I just wish Suid asked which player in particular he was thinking about, but moving swiftly on, we are going to get into our pistol round. It is a split across the map.
My camera is
Some early utility expended towards B, breaking the camera as well to maybe force a player to try and support. And already the orb farming. Now bear in mind, that run it back is still one of the ultimates that comes online the quickest. 6 orbs is all you need for Floor to get a second lease at life. And after taking the orb, even giving some information over off that KO knife, they're now going to go waltzing back over to B.
Another change of direction. There's still some players here. Nats, of course, is the Sentinel, but Camo close by as well. It won't be an easy fight. Heard Yumpy talking about these flashes from Fluorescent, and I think on defensive side, playing off contact, popping those flashes around the little corners you're hiding in, fantastic.
Camera taken out.
Coming down B long, it won't be quite as easy to have that impact though with a flash out of the smoke, perhaps. There it goes, quick swing, and no one's there. It's wide open for the taking till Camo steps in. Easy kill for Batu. Nats, well, they finally figured it out. When a cage goes up on the side, Nats is inside it. He's being dropped before he can do any shenanigans.
Not the start they were hoping for, and Batu just continues his reign of terror. The double duelist share an ace for an in-zone flawless. A clean start to this second half. And I do feel like maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here, but there's some maps where I look at them and I go, double duelist potential.
Yep.
Haven? Definitely one of them. I'm thinking to what Fnatic were running for quite a while, the ISO Yoru with an Alpha Durko.
Yep.
I reckon that would be pretty nasty.
And you give Batu the ability to get shot in the head once and then have a reset.
Batu for me is still playing the Yoru.
Oh, you're still giving him Yoru.
It's Fluorescent on the ISO.
Oh, listen, yeah, give me
same difference.
At this point, both incredible players, and there we go, Fluorescent with the triple kill to put this one to bed. Now, that was an easy enough round, not too much invested from the side of Team Liquid. They come in with a few pistols at best, but it's 11-3. It's where we're at right now with Fluorescent building up those kills. That also gets the run it back online. Ultimate ready to roll coming into round number 3 of the half. Goes from bad to worse if you're a Team Liquid fan.
Okay, now we did see this last game where we were saying questions about, don't get me wrong, Mosey, big fan.
It's Flor!
You having a rifle, and it was Fluorescent having nothing.
Yeah.
I would quite like Batu to have a rifle hit. Now, he is very good with the Sheriff. We've seen it already. But he's got 23 kills. I think it might be slightly, especially with you setting up a drone right now.
You do have to wonder if maybe that could be distributed a little bit better, but... Well,
you gotta have faith in yourself.
Watch
I guess,
Batu.
you know?
Yeah, well, you do, I suppose. Watch Batu get 4 kills anyways. Decoy's going to be sent out. Gate crash. It's being clocked in that corner. It's being watched as we speak. A Batu will be dropped as a result. Well played by Kiko early on, denying that utility. The push in from Fluorescent. The ultimate will be denied, and Kiko goes out for more. Fluorescent has quite a bit to do. The spike alone on B long, hoping that Avova and Hype can remain undetected, but the knife has revealed them. And now they need the kills. Very nice stuff. Okay, they caught Nats completely off guard, but a 1v3 for Avova.
Be careful. That's what I'm going to say to the Liquid players. Be careful. He might not have the most numbers up right now, but he's good in a clutch. Not this time, though. Liquid do break back the bonus round of Apex, which only really had one weapon missing. Doesn't really get too much done. I'll say Batu was shot through the smoke. Now, I will say, okay, the most impressive thing I think we could see would be a comeback from Liquid. Second is the fact that Fluorescent actually might overtake Batu.
Which is incredible.
Which, considering, what was it? I think at one point...
15 and 2, definitely.
Yeah, I think he had 16 when she had...
3,
I think it was 7. I think it was 7 at one point. Because I remember thinking no, it was 8. It was slightly more than... Like double. Here we go. Well, that catch-up continues already! The 1-2 punch! These two playing duelists together feels illegal. Like, they're just doing so much damage right off rip. An opener for Fluorescent, and then Batu just spams the smoke just in case.
Yeah, Hype has the flank. Players inside the smoke, and if he extends further, Nats is going to be there. Kiko's walking around the other way. Hype may feel like he's in a powerful position right now, but he has to catch them off guard. That's exactly what he does. Now they know where he is. The timing here going to be everything. Nano already doing damage to Kiko, but it actually forces him forward, and that doesn't work out for Hype. Malsey falls, and now we're getting scared. Kiko has a chance, and we've seen him do this before. 1v2. And it looks like he wants to reposition, perhaps expecting some aggression, a Yoru flash to come around that corner any moment now.
I was going to say, if Batu plants, he has the ult. Instead, they're going to give it to Avova. They could have had this pretty much sealed with all information off the dimensional drip. Instead, they've opted to just get it down safe.
If Apex win this, 8 rounds in a row will be needed for Liquid. The map is put to bed. It's done. Doors shut, and the lock is turned, but Kiko doesn't see anything. It looks like it's an inevitable scenario. Baits one into the smoke, catches the kill, has an idea on the second. Cosmic Divide put through, and he's seen him! The barrel stuck through the smoke! Kiko, the time low, but not low enough. That's gotta be heartbreaking for Apex. At least they've still got the lead, but Team Liquid have got the Red Bull clutch.
That's the thing. I think the moment where we see Avova go down, that's where you have to play the time. Like, you know that hasn't got to half. I can understand the thought process. You want to end it quick. You want to make sure there's no shenanigans off the back of that Cosmic Divide, but it should have been the info that it definitely wasn't half. And all that needed to be burnt was 2 seconds off that clock, and that spike's going up.
Yeah, also keep in mind, 2 seconds left. That's the window that he was working with. And he goes, oh, pop down a Cosmic Divide.
Yeah.
Who does that? In the middle of, I mean, sure, he's in his smoke, but that player could be right up on him. Was right up on him. A ballsy play, but one that has most certainly worked out. I can't believe it. When that time ran down that far, I was
using ults. They're using ults off rip when they only have a singular gun. This is how confident they are and what Fluorescent's about to above. Kiko has done incredibly well in these last couple of rounds to just deny those players. Even still, though, Fluorescent with the rifle. Another one comes up for Malsey. There's Panatek, though. Any danger has dissipated. Malsey on just 32 HP, and that's enough for the shock dart. The climb continues for Liquid as they get up to 6, and with a few opportunities here and there for Apex to have this one done, the longer this goes, the more they will sweat.
You really thought that would be more of a quiet round from Apex, but yeah, leading with the ultimate from Batu, and you can see why.
I thought
flash there, it's a different game.
The thing that's a bit more surprising is, okay, you're committing his ultimate and then Fluorescent on a rifle, but you don't commit her ultimate alongside it. I feel like more of a... I understand it's using 2 ults in a spot where maybe expectations aren't too high, but personally, with only 2 rounds left needed, I think you either go for it or you hold them for the next round and almost guarantee the win.
The other thing as well, I don't know if Batu had invested into a flash and didn't use it, or didn't invest into the flash. Either way, that probably could have turned the tide a little bit. It's one of those small little notes that no doubt Apex will be looking over. They've called a timeout, and I like their use of this. They still have 2. Liquid have ran out. They've burned theirs already. And for Apex, having 1 extra in case things really hit the fan, that's fine. Using it now, though, disrupting the momentum of Team Liquid, I think that's a great call. And they're going to come out of this pause, think about what's going to be in Liquid's head. They're looking at the scoreboard right now, and they're seeing there's an ultimate online for Fluorescent. On the attack side, I mean, it had impact on the defense, but there were so many rounds they had to sit back and wait for info. Now they can be direct.
I'm also looking at just the one away from a Hunter's Fury. That Dimensional Drift really could have been useful. I understand, again, you want to try and give yourself chances to win rounds and maybe any opportunity. This, though, is looking like a much quicker build-up. So many stars placed down early. And with the knife already catching a multitude of players, Fluorescent cannot activate that ult, at least for the moment. Instead, Liquid look to set up here.
Nice flash. Oh, but the push isn't quite deep. They don't swing fully around the corner. It could have been a free kill. It sat back instead. Reveal from the drone, the orb being taken. Liquid know there's presence here, and it keeps them. Heavy numbers towards this side of the map. I thought Malzy was going to go back with the spike alone. That was a real head scratcher. But no, the call is made for the rotation, and from what we can see, it's the right one. Even looking to spawn right now, you're having your Cypher rotating over. 4 players on that half of the map. But unfortunately for Apex, they are walking back into it, and players have been caught by the knife. So even though Liquid looked for a second like they would rotate in the other direction, now they go, pump the brakes. Why is Sova here?
We have seen ruses with the drone before, but this would be a bit of an unlikely one. Cosmic Divide in combination with Floor, but the hold is fantastic. Batu already gone, Fluorescent sent packing, and now playing up close, avoiding the flashes. This round from Camo is sublime. 3 already put down, he's looking for more. Decides to fall back just a little bit. Look where the spike is, look at the time. There's so much Apex need to do.
They're not going for it anymore. 10 seconds, and it's time to back off. Those rifles will do more in a future round. Team Liquid really chipping away at this lead. Round at a time, it's down to 4. This is a much more normal scoreline, and after an 8-0 start, Apex having Batu 15-2, it seemed like they couldn't put a foot wrong, but the same as the last map, Tom. Team Liquid seemed to be waking up, warming up, and hitting their stride late in the map.
The way we are thinking right now, we don't need to change anything.
Okay, agree with to change anything. That's the thing. Like they played in front of a lot of the utility. I think Camo did excellently in that round. And they've started to sort of avoid the B site just because Kiko has been an unstoppable force. Once again, we're going to see this aggression. The battle for the orb, and Liquid are sat back waiting. But this time it's a ruse. The goal, sell the idea that they've taken that control and instead head back towards the B site.
Yeah, but look at the difference. Before you had Cypher in the spawn, and now, well, he actually might be on his way there. Rotating back over, expecting this to be more of an A hit. Nat's just sitting on the cam, watching. He's now seen a drone, but nothing else on the back of it. And they're still shifting to the A site. Yeah, they think, same as you said, there have been drone fakes. We've seen that before. The expectation is that's what they're facing here.
I also think they don't mind playing the retake. True. Think about it, a single kill on 3 different players, and Liquid have an extra ult to play with. Kiko as well has been so good in these moments, and he's going to do it again. To push it to their own smoke, he uses it to find a double. This man's impact cannot be undersold. He's been left as a solo B-side
30 seconds left.
in so many different occasions. And now they're going to go on the rotation. Bear in mind that Nats could use his ultimate for the reveal. Any lurks could be problematic. Camo's already waiting, though. It's going to be timing, and he wins it as well. This now leaves 2 to try and hold versus double.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, that was it. Hype needed to pick. A tough one to find. Crouch peeking into Camo. 5 seconds. Plan needs to go through, and it won't. Kamek's already on the site denying that. You might be thinking we're on the third map. If you took a little bit of a break earlier on at 8-0, you go, that one must be done by now. But no, Team Liquid now hit 8 rounds, 3 behind, and Apex, who so far, every solution that they have gone for, that they've put any form of stock into, has immediately been met by a response. Whether it's Camo up close in A main, decimating their ultimates, their TP in from Batu, Fluorescence, run it back, the flashes, everything Camo dealt with alone. And then this round, another hero steps up.
It's been Kiko the majority, I'd say.
That won't be too clutch.
He's been so impressive. And that's the thing, like, you always question when somebody switches roles away from something that ultimately they had success on. Is it going to be as good? Well, in their first game, it was incredible. Second game, okay, they didn't match up to Foot, but he seems to be right back.
Right there.
And I'm now worried for Apex. Sure, going out of the tournament when you've had trials and tribulations, it's not that bad. I think there's chances for stage 1. 100%. But going out in this manner from this scoreline, that one's going to leave a mark.
That is the difference maker. Such a dominant lead that they had, and the feeling was that Pearl was going to be the hidden element, something that just completely blindsides Liquid and puts them back in the game in a convincing way, and instead, that lead has been diminished to a far less impressive one. It's not over just yet. This is a different taste of Apex's attack. They found the opening pick, or at least traded it back with Hype already down. They lost their double door control for a moment, lost their flank protection.
A lot of this comes down to Fluorescent once again. Hunter's Fury being utilized. Isn't able to find too much. Actually, Evova's found 2. This now looks doable. Weaponry retrieved for him as well. Molzy even has the ultimate, although he is not in a great position for the post plant. Might even have to think about using it proactively or just not using it at all. Trying to sit back. With only a classic on Batu, not going to be easy for him.
Yeah, but Batu will have the opportunity after Molzy gets spotted. Batu comes swinging in. It's actually Evova. No! The attempted knife, and Evova luckily seals that one away. I felt my stomach drop seeing those blades come out. If that went wrong, Tom, the game's over. There's no way you bounce back from that mentally. But instead, Apex end up 12-8.
I would have flipped him off from the caster death.
Yeah, everything just clenched. I can't unclench after that.
Yeah.
No, man.
There's a, by the way, pay save card thrifty. They did win it with the low buys, but yeah, that's your IGL, by the way.
What are you doing? Exactly. What are you doing, brother? That was insane from Molzy. Oh, well, he's unhinged.
I like as well that it cut to the cams and he was complaining about it. It's like, why are you even trying that? What are you doing? Nonetheless, luckily, and the highlight of the round, Evova, when they needed him most, that seems to be where he comes alive. Even still, we've seen a mass streak of rounds from Liquid. There's still a chance that they can do it again. Much more tempered from Apex this time around. That's the thing. They've really struggled with how Liquid have adapted to playing around their own utility. They're getting ready to flash out of smokes, and a lot of the time there's been players in and around them trying to deny specifically the plays that they want to make. Batu, though, back on the operator. Solo walking through mid. I don't know if anybody will be expecting this.
I mean, I've checked the map 6 times to double check, but he doesn't have a gate crash down, right? This is just unhinged gameplay.
There it is.
Finally, there is a gate crash with an AWP. He's looking to gate crash deep. Oh, he's used it to bait them. Nats almost meets his maker as a result. Kiko, good damage. Hype lands it onto Kamek for the trade at least. They've lost Batu, but still have the numbers. They had them, but Nats put a wedge in that. 12 seconds time to plant, and Fluorescent
10 seconds left.
so very, very low. 8 now on the clock. It has to be now. It's already done. She's going for the kills, but you can see Camo is just running the other way. 12-9. 3 more rounds for Team Liquid. And after what we've seen so far this half, that is not out of the question.
there was a few weird moments. Obviously, you have Batu with the op trying to sort of play around this area. Hype then picks back up that operator in the same position and just gets wrecked for it. Like, gets stunned up. You're not, well, he would have had to no-scope Nats, and we've seen crazier things, but not looking likely. You mentioned they had 2 pauses only a few rounds ago. Well, this is now the last of them. A chance for Danito and Odorous to give something to this squad, because it has been slipping. 5 in a row, 1 on the board. And that came off of Vova making a massive play in a round where they had nothing. Finding share of kills is not something you can rely on. Now you look back to their finances again. Okay, they can allow Fluorescent to attempt to be the hero once more. Can you rely on that to get you this round? Probably not. It might be going a bit further.
Well, there's certainly a lot to discuss. We've seen these opening picks, these opening the map control contention answered by Team Liquid with picks every single time. There's one round, the round that Apex end up winning, where that's not going to be the case. Now, for Team Liquid, the proactive early positions, playing them close to smokes, getting in Apex's face, that should be something that Apex can do something about. It's just about the pacing. Often, one player is going out front. We have Batu coming in, TPing, being dropped, and then the second player just half a second late. We see the whole team move. We see that unit play. It's going to be a different game altogether. Let's see what their adjustment is. Here on the attack, very, very little invested. Fluorescent, the only one with a rifle.
Use that.
Yeah.
But that, and the ult as well. So that, it's not going to be as easy around as it looks like on that sidebar.
2 bites to the cherry. They also had extra credits. This was dropped over to Fluorescent. They're still going to be able to buy next round, so don't mind it at all. Hype also with the ultimate available in a late round. It could be high impact. Potentially could even force some players out. Molotov already going to be making things that little bit more awkward for Kiko to try and play around these angles, but that ult still yet to be used. In fact, may not even be needed. Eventually, it's thrown out. Hype has done well, but Kiko's still standing. And they haven't managed to deal with him just in the middle of the site. Still looking to fight, and it's all got wrong for Apex. Oh, at the hands of Kiko once again. I think that was Fluorescent going back to her start point with no one covering that angle. And well, that one, it looked like Kiko should have been dead maybe 3 or 4 times, but he just dances around the middle of the site.
Well, that is actually why you see the ultimate go the way it does, avoiding Kiko. They think that front side shouldn't be a problem. It's the back side, it's the spawn that they have to fight for, that they have to wrestle for control over, dropping Nats and opening up that avenue into spawn. Instead, this guy just emerges from a smoke, catches the first player off guard, then there's no one else to protect, and it's an easy kill as you re-emerge from that ultimate. 2 rounds in between them. This is getting very scary for Apex, especially knowing the weight of this match.
Kiko now matches Badu on kills. That's all you need to know about how this game has turned. Someone who was, as you said, could have genuinely got to double the opposing team about 7 rounds into the game. Now has the same. Kiko has put on a masterclass on that controller once again. The same sort of setup with early control taken for the orb. Batu now having that dimensional drift. I'll say impact in the second half almost put it down to 0. I don't think it's worked out for them. And the lockdown finally online, but going towards the speak site, it's always going to be a little bit more difficult to find that value, especially with the amount of utility there. No surprises, I think, to see them go back in the direction of A.
Who's next?
And you got to think, even if you win this series, you're going to go up against GX, a squad that didn't fare much worse than Fnatic up against BBL. There's no easy games, as we've said. Might not be any easy rounds for Apex. Like you said, ult goes into B, nobody moves, and Camo still up close. The position that he found so much impact from before, and it's happening again. The one found Fluorescent, though, steps through the nade to take the duel. A much-needed fight won by the side of Apex. They're on site, but so are so many of these Team Liquid players. In fact, the whole team is here, and Team Liquid are rolling till the wheels come off. 11-12, just 1 round away from overtime. They have worked tirelessly for it here in this half. That timeline, spectacular to look at.
It's one that, as said, if this goes OT, I think it's all in Liquid's control. Again, you see these attempted plays through the smoke, and they are so ready for it at this stage. And once more, that dimensional drift just did nothing. It was sent in alongside a drone. It really was an attempted ruse, and not a single player on Liquid budged even an inch. In fact, the second he TP'd, they were all sprinting towards the A site. They have started to really have a heavy read on what Apex are attempting, and are confident in those individuals on the B site. Kiko, Nats, that if things go wrong and they do hit that site, they'll be able to do enough. For Apex, no more pauses, and the current defensive side weaponry, it's not something they're going to keep the whole round, but it is madness.
Yeah, the triple outlaw only takes 2 bullets to take you down. You'll have 6 coming at you real quick. And in fact, even then, Tom, take a look at what's going on with Apex. I hadn't even thought of this. I don't know why I did that circle instead of this one. This is much easier. 25 shields across the board. None of those were centered, but, you know, I'll work on that. Apex, if they run into these outlaws, they're going to have a really bad day. A really bad time, especially being brought to overtime in that fashion. And it is Camo and Kamek on the A site, still using them.
They've got no ults as well. Like, there literally is nothing to really write home about.
Left.
Whereas the other side, Camo's not far off at Bladestorm, as you said. A walk in here could meet a demise. Instead, an immediate pickup of the rifle. Pressure now placed on trying to clear those backlines. Getting the plant has been a real struggle for the side of Apex, and that's the case again. Spike on the deck with 10 seconds left. They need a hero, and Fluorescent is trying her best. That Spike has gone down, but so have some of the players on Apex.
So is Kamek. Great pick by Batu. Batu again! And now it's Camo left to try to put this across the line. Tap it in right at the finish line. 76 HP and going for the spike. The swing from Batu is there, and the kill is as well. Finally, that last round put across the line. 13-11. 3 maps needed to separate these teams.
It was incredibly close. Haven is on the horizon. Can Apex now turn this around, or will Liquid be the ones to carry on forward? We'll find out after the break.
Yo, where are my homies?
What's up, dog?
Kebab.
Sky, wait, I'm gonna have to buy you kebab, bro.
He wants 2 dirhams. 13-0. Oh, why you cursing? Why you say that?
Red Bull gives you wings.